Got this multi-port USB charger slash cigarette or 12-volt socket, and yeah, it's all cool and stuff. Get to see my volts even with this closed. As you can see, we got a nice fully charged battery. When I turn this off, everything goes off. What's annoying is this big ass bright red light that I just don't need shining in my face. So would have been nice for them to get rid of that thing. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get rid of this turd of a light, and we'll show you how to do that. Side of our power port slash cigarette lighter here, we've got a few screws. So as you can see, we've got three, and that looks like that's going to be it. Don't think we got to take this one out. So let's take all those 6 screws out and see what we got. Okay, to split the cover, you are going to have this plate, or cover, or whatever you would call this, the panel, and that is glued on. So you're going to have to peel up one side or the other. I just peeled up the top side, and you'll be able to split this guy in half. So we can actually take a peek at the switch and see what they're doing in this circuit. So we've obviously got something about to fall on the floor. So here's our 12 volt power port, and we have red, which is our hot. It's coming in there. We have the black guy coming in there. So red goes directly into the back of this cigarette adapter port and is not switched. Red jumps off, goes to our USB chargers. So the black comes in and goes here. You can see that black with the red stripe. That's just the leftover, because this is zip cord, and usually you'll get some leftover red markings when you split the black apart, as you can see here. So that black wire with the red, and then we have our black in the middle. This is our switching contacts. This is what's turning this guy on and off. But there's an LED inside of this switch, and how he's going to have to operate is he needs power. So as you can see, we've got 3 red wires on the back of our cigarette port. You got the large one, which is our power in. You've got one that runs off to our USB charger, and then you have another one that runs into our switch. This wire right here is going to be the one we're going to need to get rid of, because we don't want that light on. Take a handy dandy pair of side cutters here. Mine are so dull it's not funny, but this is my pulling and all that other stuff. They're my crappy ones. So let's get that other wire over here out of the way. Make sure we got the right one. That's the one. Now let's go to the back side. Snip him off. We no longer have a lit switch, and that's what I want. I don't want this big old red shiny thing in my face, because it's just super annoying. So one thing to keep in mind here is that if you do go buy one of these ports, it does say that it's water resistant, waterproof, whatever the hell they're claiming, but none of these are going to be fully water resistant. As we can take a look here, the only thing covering our front port is going to be this rubber cap. The only thing covering our front USB is this rubber cap. Ingress of water does have to have a little bit of a hard time getting in, because we do have a channel, as you can see on the sides here, that has to line up. But if you are really concerned about any type of ingress of water, this is going to be the time to put just a little bit of maybe clear silicone up around here, because there is no gaskets in here. The bottom, likewise, all the holes go right through. So the only thing I can say is that, you know, if you do seal this thing up tight and water does get in here, it's not going to have a way to get out. So something to think about. A lot of times you'll see on the stuff outside that electronics, they will have a drain port or a relief port to allow any condensation buildup and pressure, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, this would be the time to do it. Other than that, let's get this guy screws back together and let's hook him up to the motorcycle again. So just to spice things up here, all I did was try to put the cover back on. That was it. Look at how shoddy of a solder joint that this guy was. Come on, focus. There you go. Maybe. There we go. And let's take a peek at the other wire here. Looks like this guy can just pull right off. Look at this. Ah, see, I told you this was going to fall on the ground. Wasn't lying to you. Let's take a peek here. Look at that. Man. Yeah, folks, that's where the positive should have been. So, wow, they really try to cook up that diode there. So this little black thing that looks like it's a little marshmallow is your little protection diode in case somebody hooks it up backwards. But yeah, got a wonderful ching chong caps, and yeah, about what I expected. But that wouldn't have lasted like 5 minutes on the motorcycle. Holy crap! All right, so we're gonna have to break out the wire welder here and zap a couple solder joints together. I'm going to go ahead and check the rest of these guys because that just scares the crap out of me. Back. Get this thing done. Okay, so what we've actually done, and instead of connecting them to this itty-bitty little small via pad they had, we went ahead and used the backside, cleaned off some of the silk screening so we can get a nice copper board material to solder to. And laid down some new solder, and we've got a nice big fat connections. That's I think probably the best case scenario of assembling this thing to somewhat survive our vibration from our motorcycle. Anyways, that's another little tip there. You got one of these things and it just stopped chooching. That's probably what the hell happened. So, yeah, reassembly. Make sure you get your dots from your display the right way. Obviously, this is going to be looking straight out of it the correct way. This is the top, so that will just slide right back up into his space here. So, let me reassemble it now for the second time and see if we can get this thing working. So, plug this wonderful beast back in, and I had no display, no voltmeter. Are you freaking kidding me? Let me show you why this thing is such a piece of shit. It really, it is cheap, and I expected nothing but that off-the-wall piece of crap, chin-jang. Anyways, where these two boards meet, you've got 4 total solder joints. Now I figured, oh, maybe, you know, the joint that I soldered over here, maybe the via wasn't working, blah, blah, blah. So what happens only is there's a little blue LED that lights up in here. And then you've got 4, I think 4. 1, 2, you got 2 LEDs on the front side. I was only getting the one lit up here. So, you know, when you're dealing with stuff like this, you visually inspect it, and next thing you need to do is weeble wobble this guy around. And of course, if I tweaked him just a little bit this way, you know, towards this board to this board, bam, lights back up. I did not rough handle this thing at all, but I can tell you what, if I did not open this thing up and modify this light, I'd have been pretty pissed off, because I would have zip tied this thing up on the bike, got them all in there, taken him for a ride, and he would have failed. Anyways, you've seen it here first. The luxury of buying Chinese cheap stuff. Let me actually bolt it together now for the 3rd time. Let's take a look. Alright, so we got them temporarily just hooked up onto... It's not actually going to be going on this bike, it's going to be going on that bike over there. But just temporarily hooked up onto our battery. And we are in the off position. Let's turn to the on position now. And bam! What's kind of funny is somehow we gained 0.1 of a volt. I don't know about that. I'm thinking maybe the jinky-janky soldering they had in here, maybe it, I have to compare that to an actual good voltmeter I have. I'll test them with the fluke and see how accurate that this guy is. But there we go. We don't have this big red freaking light shining in our eye anymore, and when I want to just see my voltmeter, this guy is just bright enough to do that. So anyways, I do hope you enjoy the fumble and flibbles of trying to buy Chinese stuff and make it your own. But if you enjoyed it, give me a good old thumbs up. If you didn't, I don't care anyways. See you next time.